Hi everyone, Annette Kessler here with 12 Cards of Christmas 2023 series. Today we are making a flipping photos card. You have a link to the cutting guide and measurements in the description under the video. You can go ahead and download it from there. Now we're going to start with our base and we're going to score it at 3 and 9 inches. So that's pretty easy. Then we're going to fold it towards the inside in the same direction, like this. And this is going to be the base of our card. So next, we're going to make the frames. The way we're going to do it is we're going to measure 1/2 inch from all the edges, including from the score line. So I like to do it with a ruler and a craft knife. If you have your trimmer, you can do it with that, whatever you feel more comfortable with. So we're measuring 1/2 inch and then we're drawing lines. Basically what we need to do is cut a frame. I'm going to show you exactly how to cut it because it's not a usual frame. So 1/2 inch on the top and the bottom as well. And draw your lines. And these are the lines that we're going to cut, and I'm going to show you how in a minute. Okay, so this is the frame that you have. Now we're going to find the center on the top and on the bottom. And mark that as well. And then we're going to draw a line from the edge until the line that is already drawn there. So just a little 2 lines on the top and the bottom. Now we're going to cut only here. So we're going to cut the vertical, the most right vertical line. And then we're going to cut the 2 horizontal line only until that little middle line that we drew with the pencil. So this is what you should get at the end. And then we're going to score on those 2 little vertical lines, so we can fold it like this. And this is going to be our flipping mechanism. And now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So now we have our flipping mechanism, and we're going to make the frames exactly the same thing. We are going to mark 1/2 inch from all 4 sides, and this time we're going to cut away the frame completely. So we're going to draw lines. Something is wrong with my measurements. Okay, so now it's fine. So we're going to draw lines and then cut them out to make 2 frames. These are the frames that are going to go on the mechanism and hide that mechanism. Okay, so once you have your line drawn, you can go ahead and cut out the frame. I like to do it on both pieces at the same time. So this way it saves you a little bit of time when you cut it out. Just make sure that they're exactly aligned together so you won't miss the cutting and have 2 different sizes of frames. We don't want that. That's why I like to work with a craft knife and a ruler. It feels like I have more control than with a trimmer, but again, it's up to you. You can do it with a trimmer as well. Okay, so now we have our two frames, and we're going to cover them with cover paper. The cover paper is basically the same technique to make the frame, but this time instead of measuring 1/2 inch, you will measure 3/8 of an inch. So this way you will have that nice margin around the frame. So I am erasing all the pencil marks. We don't want that to show. And then we can go ahead and assemble everything. So like I said, for the frame of the pattern papers, for the frame, you cut it at 3/8 of an inch instead of 1/2 inch when you measure the frames around the edges. So cover the frames. You see it fits exactly. So after covering the frames, we can go ahead and attach them to the card. I'm going to show you exactly where to apply your glue. So you have the card folded like this, and then you apply the glue only on the top of the mechanism. So on the top, on the side, and on the bottom like this only. And then you align your frame exactly with the lines of the mechanism and you attach it. And then you repeat it and do exactly the same thing on the other side. Of course, wait until it's dry before you start working the mechanism, and make sure that nothing gets stuck. And this is what happens when you don't wait until it's dry. Okay, so now it's working fine. And then we do exactly the same thing on the other side. And now the only thing we need to do is cover the card itself. Again, you have all the measurements in the cutting guide that you can get from the link in the description under the video. Okay, so now you have them both opening and working. So now we're going to bring in the cover papers and add the cover papers to the card. Of course, if you want to write your message here, then you can use a card that, a paper that has no pattern on it, obviously. And now use different papers, the cover papers for the front and different cover papers for the back. So this way, when you flip the photos or the papers, you will see the difference. And instead of cover papers, obviously you can use photos as well. We'll make it really personal. I really hope you like this tutorial. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the little bell icon to be notified when I upload a new video, so you won't miss anything and you'll be able to follow all the tutorials and make all the projects. So this is how the card looks when it's finished. Really hope that you like it. I think it's really cool. So when you open, it flips. Isn't that cool? Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you next time.